Hey everyone, welcome back to the I Don't Even Know podcast. I hope you all are doing well. Today, I am back to do All American Season 5, Episode 8. The first episode of the second half of Season 5, so 5B. And I have to say, even though the first half of the season wasn't great, it was the worst season so far, I didn't enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed the other seasons. But I have to say, I was really excited for this season, for it to return. I don't know why. I think it was maybe because I missed so many of the characters. I adore Olivia, and so I wanted her back, and I really missed her. I think that was the big thing. And Spolivia, Layla, and Jordan and Layla as well. I've missed all of them, so I was really, really excited for the show to come back, even though I'm a little worried about how they're gonna do some stuff, especially now that it got renewed for a season 6, which I did not think was going to happen. When I opened Twitter and found out, I was shocked. Even though it is one of the biggest shows on the CW right now, I just thought we were getting canceled because we've lost a lot of viewers because of Spolivia and how the season is going. And of course, CW is dying. And so I thought we weren't getting another season. And when they said that at least 5 shows, maybe even less, would get renewed for the next season, not for another season, I did not think it was going to be All American. I don't know why, but just something was telling me it wasn't going to be All American. I just thought that there were going to be something else, or there was going to be another show that was going to get renewed instead, just because of how upset the fans are with everything that's going on. And I mean, I'm upset too with the storylines, or at least the storylines in the first half of the season. Maybe they'll get better. But even though I'm upset about how the season's turned out and I'm not enjoying it as much as I used to, I'm still so happy we got renewed. Just because I'm not ready to say goodbye to Olivia yet. I'm not ready to say goodbye to Spolivia, Layla, Jordayla, none of that. I just got Jordan and Layla this season, or technically last, but really this season. I cannot lose them again. Or not again, just already. And so this is what I wanted. I was saying this to someone, I think my best friend, that I wanted one more season. I just wanted one more season. Of course, I would like more than that because I'm not ready to say goodbye to the characters. But I said at least I want one more season. I want a season 6 so they can wrap shit up. Because I would rather them know it's their final season and make the final season the best one yet and actually do some shit to wrap the show up than just doing whatever, thinking they're gonna get renewed and just canceled. Because I was worried that was going to happen and they were gonna end it on maybe not a cliffhanger, but I mean maybe a cliffhanger or just a bad ending, a rushed ending because it wasn't getting renewed. So I am really happy because of that, and I'm hoping that Spolivia will get together by the end of the season because we're getting a new season. I think either way, even if we got canceled, they would get back together in the finale. That's just really upsetting to me, so that's why I'm happy. Another reason why I'm happy we get another season. So if they do get together in the season finale, we have another season with them. Even though it might be short and I'm kind of nervous. But, I just think it is the best thing to do. Oh my gosh, I don't think that sounded right. The best thing was to have another season for Spolivia. That's the only reason that I wanted them to have it for Spolivia and Olivia. Just that. I just wanted more of them. And I think that's why the fans still watch the show. I think a lot of the fans watch the show for Olivia and Spolivia, and so we might get another season of them together, hopefully the whole time. I mean, I'm hoping they don't have a ton of arguments next season. If they get back together, I want smooth sailing. I don't want fights almost every episode. I know that's what relationships are like. You fight, you argue, you have issues. But I don't want that with them, especially with how they were in season 4 after waiting 3 seasons. And some people waited like 2 years or 3 years. I didn't. I just had to wait a few months. But you waited that long for Olivia and Spencer to get together, and then they break up in the finale and have issues even before they break up. And then now they're like moving on quickly, even though technically they're not. They're not over each other, obviously. But you have that. So we need one more season for that, and for them to just be together and be happy. Hopefully a time jump. I am manifesting a time jump. I don't know why I want one so bad, because usually when people do time jumps in shows, it goes to shit. Most of the time, the time jumps are really fucking bad and make the show worse. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen if they do a time jump. But the only reason I want it is because I want to see Spencer in the NFL. That's what I've been wanting for a while, and I was hoping with this season there would be a time jump so we could see him in the NFL. I think they need to do that, because I really do think that season 6 will be their last season with everything that's going on with the CW. So if it actually is, we need to see him in the NFL. I've been waiting for that. That's what I've been wanting since season 1. I wanted a time jump like whenever they graduated for that reason. I want to see Spencer in the NFL, Jordan as well, Olivia married and with kids, which that probably will not happen until the end. And then Layla, Jordan maybe married. I would like that. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm kind of worried it's not going to. But that's what I want. And I'm hoping they give it to me, not this season, next season. I'm hoping the finale is a time jump. That's just going to save my life. And I know a lot of people want that as well, because it would make the most sense that he's trying to make it to the NFL. Like, that's his dream. And I would like to see that happen before the show ends, obviously, and we won't if they don't do it in season 6, because I really do think that soon, or at least in a few months before they start filming season 6, or not after, after they start, but they're still like at the beginning, it's going to get announced that season 6 is going to be last season. I think that's what's going to happen. Maybe not. I mean, they could somehow get a season 7. I really don't think that's going to happen. Just not because the show is awful. Like, even though this is the worst season, I still enjoy it, and and I'm having a fun time watching it most of the time. But it's just because of the CW. It's just falling apart. I think if the CW wasn't falling apart, we would get a few more seasons of All American, like at least 2 more after this, so like 6 and 7, maybe a season 8. I think that would happen if the CW wasn't falling down, because this is one of the not most popular shows. I don't know what the most popular show on CW is, but it's one of the more popular shows, especially right now. And I think during season 3, it was maybe the most popular, or it was season 4. During one of those times, I remember it was really high up there. And I think it still is pretty high, like on the viewership. I think it is, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't even check. Or also, it's been a few months since I've seen anything about it. So, I mean, I don't know, but I'm excited to see what happens in like the last few, I think we have, I don't know how many episodes we have left. I think there are 20 episodes this season, maybe one more. I don't know. I think it's 20 or it's 19. I don't remember which one it is. I think it's 20, but I might be wrong. So I'm hoping some good shit happens. I'm hoping they step it up with the writing and everything. Like, this episode wasn't that bad. I mean, I did enjoy it. I had a fun time. It was kind of like funny, and it had a comedic element, so I did enjoy it. But I do want them to change some things with the writing. I don't know what I really want them to change. I just want them to step it up a bit. Even though, okay, yeah, it's better than the first half of the season, I think, maybe even already, just because we're not dealing with the article anymore, which, if you listen to my other All American episodes, you know that was pissing me off, and I was so pissed off about that storyline. So they didn't thankfully talk about that. So as long as they don't make Olivia write a stupid fucking story that will wreck everything, I am fine. But I would just want them to step it up. They already are with what they're doing with Spilivia, which I will get into in a bit. And I'm excited for the rest of the season because of Spilivia. I know a lot of other people are. We've heard some things, or I haven't heard. People have heard, and I don't know what they are, but they're making them that's making them excited. And I did see something on, it was Instagram or Twitter, I don't remember which one it was, but Samantha and Daniel were filming on a Ferris wheel together. So I'm very excited for that. I'm excited to see like that scene. I hope it's confessing their love, or obviously they still love each other, but still. And I'm just gonna throw this out there before I start talking about everything with this episode, but I think in the next few episodes Olivia and Spencer are gonna hook up again. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that obviously Spencer is gonna get jealous. He was this episode, but I think he's going to get super jealous and talk to her about it, and she's jealous of Alicia or something, and they're gonna hook up. I don't know if that's actually gonna how it works. I just think they're going to hook up before the season ends and before they get back together, 100%. Like, the tension in their fucking scene in this episode was insane. The way they were looking at each other, it was like in their minds they were fucking or something. I don't know why that's where my mind went during that scene. Of course, I could have thought about anything else, but for some reason, I was looking at the way they were looking at each other, and they looked like they wanted to fuck. And I mean, they probably do. They're obviously still in love with each other. It's just like, what's she gonna do about it? They're going to hook up eventually, and I stand by that. Of course, maybe not, but I really think they will. But yeah, so anyways, because I already started talking about this episode, I want to get like really into it and talk about everything. So because I already started talking about Spilivia, that's how I'm going to start off, even though that's probably not how I want to start off, because I'm going to be a fucking mess talking about them. But of course, they were a pretty big part of this episode, kind of, in a way. It was just the crumbs. We had crumbs, pretty big crumbs to be fair, like the way they were looking at each other, everything that Grace said to Spencer about like him and Alicia, and then him and Olivia. It's just, I'm happy Grace was talking to him about it, because he's obviously not ready to be with someone else. You can tell he's not, from the way he was looking at Olivia when he had his date literally right fucking next to him. And I mean, she could tell as well, which, I mean, what does she expect though? That he is so in love with her, and he's always been, or at least for a long ass time. And I think if she understood, or if someone told her how in love they were, maybe she would understand a little bit more. But I mean, that is kind of her boyfriend. I don't think they're like out there yet. I think it's just for fun right now. I mean, it's not gonna last. They're probably gonna break up in 2 episodes, or maybe next episode. I don't think it's next episode though, because there's some kind of date auction thing that she's at with Spencer or something. I don't really know if that's true, but anyways, with like that and everything, she needs to understand that he is probably never going to be over her. And of course, I get like Alicia's kind of mad, or I don't know if she really was mad, she was just upset. I get that, of course, because that is who you're kind of hooking up with, and almost dating. They're not dating yet, or not official yet, but like when you're with someone for that, I mean, they were together for a few, like almost a year, not almost a year, couple months, I don't know, but they were together for a little while, and they were so in love. And of course, she doesn't know how in love they were, and I really hope somebody tells her, because maybe if someone told her how in love they actually were, she might understand. I mean, if I was in her position, I would still be upset and hurt, obviously. But if someone did tell me how they were together and how like, in love they were, and it wasn't just like a high school relationship, I would kind of get where he's coming from. Like, it's going to take him a long time to get over her. Or not a long time. He's never going to get over her, obviously. We know that. But I do have to say, I kind of feel bad for Alicia, though, even though I think she's got to figure it out. And she obviously knows that he wants to be with her still. You could tell, like, the way Alicia watched him look at her, in the way like he looked at her, and also some of the stuff he said, like, he said something about how because of Coach Baker that because of Coach Baker, he had the most important relationship he ever had, or like because the most important relationship he ever had was because of Coach Baker, or something like that. It was something like that. He was talking about Olivia, obviously, and she even knew it. Like, Alicia knew it. I think Olivia kind of figured it out, and she looked pretty pissed off. And of course, I feel bad for her, but then you guys aren't official yet. I don't think. Maybe they are. I'm pretty sure they're not, but they're not official yet, I think. Maybe, hopefully. So if he still has feelings for someone else, of course, it's like, yeah, it's not great, but get over it. I'm so sorry. I usually wouldn't say this about a character and like say like get over it, you know, who the fuck cares, it's the person you're kind of with, like someone else. But in this case I will, because I don't want Alicia here. I don't want them together, and so I'm probably gonna trash Alicia every episode and just say like shit and make her like be upset with her for probably no reason. I mean, I don't think I should be as upset with her and blame this kind of on her, because yeah, it's not really her fault, but I'm going to blame some of it on her because I'm pissed off and I don't want her here. I will for sure say though that the actress is stunning. The actress is gorgeous. I love the actress who plays Alicia. She's so pretty. But the character, no, get the fuck out. I need my Spolivia endgame, and you're ruining it for me. So next few episodes that she's in probably is going to be just me ranting about her and how much I hate her and how it's her fault that Olivia and Spencer aren't together. And it's technically not her fault, but I'm going to blame it on her. I'm going to blame stuff on her. But still, with Spolivia, and that we got like Grace talking to him, not only about like that, all that with Alicia and everything, but talking about how they were friends and they were best friends before they were dating, which, yeah, that's true, and I do really miss that, and I wish they were still of course, no, I wish they were best friends while they're right now. Of course, I want them to be together, but when I don't think this is making any sense. Well, because they're broken up right now and they're not, obviously not together, I would like them to be best friends until they get back together. But, of course, that's not going to happen. And I get where Liv was coming from. She's not ready for that. And she doesn't think they'll ever just like, be best friends again because of everything they went through and how in love they are and how much they loved each other. And not in a friend way, of course. They were in love with each other. Like, so in love with each other. Like, true fucking love. And, of course, I want them to be best friends again. And that will build to them being back together. But I get why she just like wants to start the journey of just friends right now, not best friends, because she can't do that. And it's probably going to be too hard for her with everything they've gone through together. And I mean, I get it. I'm sad, but I get it. And they are going to serve exes to friends to lovers excellence. I think that's how it works. I think that's what it is. But they're going to serve. They are going to get back together, and they are going to kill me and make me want to cry and make me feel single like they did last season. And it's just going to make me feel whole again. It's just going to make me feel great. But with, like, Spolivia and, well, not Spolivia, with Liv, because I do want to talk about Liv a bit. Because my girl, fucking love her. I literally had a meltdown for 5 minutes when she came up on my screen because I missed her so much. She's my favorite one out of everyone on the Stamp show, which isn't saying much because half the characters on the show piss me off a lot. But with Liv, I do want to talk about her, of course, obviously, because I'm so happy that she is getting better, not getting better, but kind of happier-ish, kind of, in a way, even though I'm not happy about Noah now. I was happy about it at first, that he was going to be her faux date or whatever. I was really happy about that. But when they kissed, or when she kissed him, I wanted to fucking die. Because, I said I wanted jealous Spencer, and I wanted Liv to get with someone because I want her to be able to do everything that Spencer's doing and get him jealous and worked up. But now I'm mad I ever said that. Now I don't want it. I just want them together, obviously, which is going to happen eventually, but I cannot have her dating someone else. Okay, I don't know why. Her dating someone else pisses me off more than Spencer dating Alicia, or hooking up with Alicia. I don't know why, but it just does. And I think maybe part of the reason Liv's kind of doing that is, well, obviously to get over Spencer, but maybe because also he's kind of dating or hooking up with someone right now, so she thinks maybe that would make her pain go away. I don't know. I don't really know why she's doing this. I really hope she stops soon, because Noah is not going to be like Spencer, obviously. He's not going to make you feel better. Or no, he might make her feel better, and I would like to, oh my gosh, why can't I talk? I hope he does make her feel better and makes her happy if they're going to be together for a few episodes. But it's not going to be like Spencer. And I think when she officially starts dating him, or at least next episode, she's gonna realize this isn't it. I can't be with anyone else. She's going to realize that. I think it just takes a little time, especially when you start dating someone else and you're still in love with your ex, or you realize that, oh my gosh, this isn't gonna work. I need to be with him and only him. And I think she's going to realize that eventually. And I really hope she does. Okay, so here's the thing with Noah. I don't hate him. I really liked him in the first half of the episode, or most of the episode, when he was helping her, make him jealous, and they went out and he was making her laugh, which made me so happy, because we haven't seen her laugh in a while, actually be happy. And so I was so happy we got to see that. But I don't appreciate him saying that he did that to be around her or something. I think he said something like that, and then she kissed him, and I wanted to die. I knew they were going to kiss at the end of the episode. I don't know why. I had a feeling when he walked her home, or not walked her home, he drove her home and dropped her off, or just did something, dropped her off at home. I was sitting there and oh fuck, they're gonna do it. No. As long as they didn't hook up, I'm fine. Even though I did want to die seeing them kiss, if they hooked up, I'm literally gonna cry. I just can't have that happen. It hurts me to see them hook up with other people. I've had to see Spencer, actually, oh my gosh, why am I messing up my words? We saw Spencer make out with Alicia, basically hook up with her, kind of. We didn't see the whole thing, thankfully. And we haven't seen Olivia with anyone else yet since they broke up. So I know this is going to be very painful. But at least with this, we're going to see Spencer wanting her back, or being jealous. Because was so sick. Oh my gosh, I was so sick of seeing Liv jealous and everything. I was so sick of it, because of course, I just want her happy. That's all I want. And seeing only her jealous pissed me off, because of course Spencer deserves to be jealous as well. And Olivia deserves to be happy and make him jealous. He deserves happiness, obviously. Spencer deserves happiness. I love Spencer. But he also deserves to be jealous as well, because I'm sick of Olivia being the one in pain. So this makes me happy that we're going to get jealous Spencer. I don't know why, or if that made any fucking sense. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired right now. So I'm really excited to see how that goes, especially with next episode, because there is this whole thing going on Twitter, or not, yeah, kind of. It was from Stills. Stills came out, then the promo came out, and now everyone's really confused, and so am I, to be honest. You see, well, in the promo, and I'll kind of get into this more at the end. I'm going to talk about the promo later, or at the end. So, I'm just going to bring it up quickly, though, with Spolivia. Spencer sees, like, not Jordan, oh my gosh, Noah and Olivia at her house. He walks in with Layla, and they see them together. And in the still, he's wearing the shirt, or, like, the jacket that he wore in episode 17 last season when he met Noah, apparently. I don't even remember Noah being in that scene, but apparently he met him there. So, I'm very confused about what that thing is, because in that, he's in the same jacket, but in the promo, he's not. He's in a different jacket. So, either it's gonna be weird, not weird, he's gonna do a random ass outfit change, which I really hope that doesn't happen, or they're gonna, or like, not they're gonna, Liv is going to have like kind of like a flashback, or remember that episode and kind of like think about that like time in that episode, and there's gonna be a flashback to that. I really hope that's it. I mean, I really wanted him to actually be wearing it, and that's his jealous Spencer jacket. That would have been kind of cute and funny. And that's what we were talking about, like, on Twitter. It was the jealous Spencer jacket. And, I mean, I was really hoping it was, because that would have been so good and so smart for them to do that. And every time Spencer's jealous, he's just wearing that. Which, obviously, that wasn't going to happen. But I was kind of hoping it did. But, yeah, I'm kind of excited to see like how the Noah and Liv thing plays out. Not really, but then also yes, because I don't know why. I just want to see jealous Spencer, and I want to see Liv happy. And if he's gonna make Liv happy for a bit, like until they get back together, I'm fine with it. I mean, Liv deserves happiness. We got happy Spencer, stressed out, sad Liv. We deserve happy Liv for once. Like, poor Liv has gone through too much, and I need her happy for once. Or not really for once. She was really happy at the beginning of the relationship with Spencer, and I need her to go back to that. So if Noah is going to make her happy until Spencer and her get back together, I'm okay with it. Even though I'm going to be pissed off and probably cry and die every time they're on screen, I'll survive as long as Liv's happy. That's really all I want. Of course, it's not going to be like when she was with Spencer. She's not going to be that happy because Spencer is her one true love. But if she's going to be happy in the moment and she'll thrive for a bit with him, I'm okay. I will make it. I will survive. Especially because this episode, the poor girl was kind of happy, but then also not. With everything, like, the way Coop accidentally said it in front of her, or like said something about how Spencer's bringing Alicia to the party. She said it to Sky, and Liv walked in and heard her. And that broke my heart because I felt so bad for her in her face. I mean, she was mostly mad at Coop, but you could tell she was upset, and she was like really sad about that. And of course, I mean, she has every right to be. Like, that is her ex, her like true love, the guy she's in love with still. And it hurts, of course, to see him bring another girl to a party. Basically, because usually when you bring someone to a party or like a date, especially to a family party, that usually kind of means you're together or something, or taking the next step. So I think that's probably what she was thinking about. Like, oh no, it's like the next step and everything. I really hope that's not what she's thinking, because like, she doesn't really have anything to worry about after Spencer saw her with that guy. So I think we're good, hopefully. I mean, that just made me upset. And Coop really has to keep her fucking mouth shut. Like, she always blabs about something. And she's the reason that Liv found out about Alicia before Spencer was ready, or before they really started they started talking, but before they even, I think, went on a date, Coop told her about that, or like said some shit about that. I'm like, that's so fucking stupid. Like, why would you say that? Even though they did hook up after that and it was okay. But still, Coop needs to calm the fuck down. I mean, it's just pissed me off so much. And speaking of Coop, we have to talk about Coop, sadly, of course, and her whole storyline this episode, which I don't want to talk about. So I'm going to briefly talk about it because it wasn't that big. She wasn't a really big part of this episode, just with Sky. We had some scenes with Sky, and I kind of like Sky so far. I don't hate her yet, which maybe that will change eventually, but I think her and Coop are kind of cute. I just like seeing Coop with someone else other than Patience, just because that was not working out and they needed time apart. So I'm really happy they are apart right now. But I'm really sad that Patience wasn't in this episode. But with Sky and Coop, basically this episode was Sky trying to convince Coop to move out of the house. I mean, I get why Sky kind of doesn't want her to be living with her ex, but it also kind of made me mad that she kept bringing it up and she was so persistent on it, and she was like, oh, you should move out, and she was even looking at houses or apartments for her to move into, and she was also saying it was because her and Liv are fighting all the time, which, yeah, they are arguing a bit, but, I mean, she has a nice place to stay in, and, like, people are nice enough to letting her stay there, so I get you don't want her to live with her ex, but still, nothing's gonna happen with them, at least for a bit. I think this season they will hook up, but I think it will be later. And I mean, I'm happy Coop talked to her. I think basically said, like, you don't have to worry about it. I think she said that, or something like that. She doesn't have to worry about it. I really don't think that Coop's going to cheat on Sky, at least for a bit. I do think Sky is going to, or not Sky, Coop's gonna break up with Sky near the end of this season, but I kind of hope they don't, just because I want Sky and Coop together more than Patience and Coop, because I don't want Patience to be with Coop anymore. Coop pisses me off enough the way it is. I don't need her to get on my bad side with how she treats Patience, because they used to be really cute and I really did ship them in season 1, 2, and 3. Or most of 3 at least. And then in season 4, they went fucking downhill and it was a disaster and Coop was a bitch. I mean, Patience was in the wrong, I think, for some of it probably, and I didn't agree with everything she did. But Patience deserves better than Coop. And I don't want them to see them together again. So that's that. And that's how I stand with that and Coop. And I want to move on from Coop because I don't like talking about her. I just hate Coop right now. I hate most of the characters, to be fair. But the next thing I want to talk about is another ship, and just that whole thing, which is Jamie and Asher. And I love Jamie and Asher. I really hope that Jamie has a bigger part this half of the season. I'm really hoping she does. I really love her. I love her and Asher. I never really thought I would like someone with Asher. It's because of how much I've hated him in the past. But I'm liking Asher a lot more. And I like who he is with Jamie. And you can tell he's really happy. And that's making him be, like, a better person. I think it's also, like, he loves coaching so much. And you could tell, like, it's his passion now. And it's making him happy. So, like, I love seeing that. And, of course, they didn't have that many scenes together. And we didn't get much Asher storylines, which I'm okay with because I still am not the biggest fan of him. But the one thing with them I want to briefly touch on is the Jamie situation with her health and her lupus is really bad, and her having to go to the hospital, which I read a synopsis for next episode, so I had a feeling that something was going to happen this episode because it said Jamie had to go to the hospital, or it said something like that. So I had a feeling it was going to happen, but I was hoping it wasn't bad. I was hoping it was just like something else happened. I was really hoping it had nothing to do with her health. Or, of course, if you go to the hospital, it has something to do with your health. But I was hoping it's nothing severe. And I'm still really hoping it's nothing severe. I adore Jamie. I really don't want anything to happen to her. It's like the best person for Asher. And I finally like him with someone. So it would be nice if she doesn't, like, die, which I don't think they're going to kill her off, but then, I mean, maybe they might. I think they're going to eventually kill someone or make some shit happen, like some bad shit happen, like they did in season 2 when Spencer got shot. They're going to do something like that, I think, throughout sometime this season or at the very end. They're going to pull some shit and make something happen to a main character and have everyone freak out, which concerns me. Because if they're going to do it to Jamie, I'm going to be really fucking pissed. I don't want her to die. She's not even a series regular yet, and I really want her to be a series regular next season. I just really hope she's okay. But I am happy that they are touching on the lupus storyline for her again. I mean, it wasn't really a storyline. It was just brought up a couple of times. But I'm happy they brought it up again. Because I don't know if they brought it up this season so far. Maybe they have. I just don't remember. But I was worried they forgot about it and they were never going to bring it up again. So I'm happy that they did, even though, of course, I'm not happy that this is happening to her and she's not feeling great and she's in pain and she has to go to the hospital. Of course, I'm so upset about that, but I'm happy that it's being brought up again and we have like another serious storyline, which we need. We don't have that many serious storylines right now, just like, well, some serious ones, but not like illnesses and stuff like that. We don't have all that, so I'm hoping we touch on that more, and I'm hoping everything goes well with her. But I did want to briefly touch on that because even though it wasn't that big, a huge part of the episode, that was the cliffhanger, I'm pretty sure. I think it was, and I just wanted to touch on that. But the next thing I want to talk about is Billy, because of course it was his birthday, but that's not what I want to talk about. I will briefly touch on the party in a bit, or I kind of already did talk about it a little bit. I'll talk about it more in a second, but I want to talk about the GAU coaching thing for like a little bit. I don't know if there's much there is quite a bit to say, but not like as much as like probably some other things. So with that, I still don't know how to feel about that. I knew it was going to happen. I knew he was going to get the offer, and I had a feeling he was going to take it, but I still don't know how to feel because I feel bad for Grace in the school, even though Grace, I think, did overreact a little bit. I mean, okay, I get where she was coming from. I get why she's upset, and it's gonna be upsetting to some of the kids at not GAU, at South Crenshaw. It's of course gonna be upsetting for a lot of the kids there because he's helped them so much. And she was like saying, "Oh, you lied. You said you loved it," which he did. You could tell he loved like being the principal. But you gotta think, his dream was to coach. That's what he did. Apparently he played in the NFL, or he did at least play at college. I don't remember. But that's his dream. Like, he was doing the principal thing for a bit because like you needed help, and then he took it because he wanted it. And also he somehow convinced people to help him to keep the job when the other one came back or something. And he did love it. He did. But coaching is his dream. And the way Grace thought he was going to back out and took it from Kenny. She was like, "Oh, you took it from Kenny," or she said something like that. He didn't fucking take it from Kenny. A.D. Barnes fucking asked him and gave him an offer, even though Billy tried to get Kenny the offer. He tried to get Kenny. He tried to get AD to offer Kenny. He did. He stood up for him. He tried to help him. It didn't work out. And I mean, I would rather have Billy than Kenny be the coach because I want to see Billy coach Spencer and Jordan again. And of course, I didn't think that was going to happen because Jordan was planning on transferring. And even though I'm happy he agreed to stay at GAU to play with Spencer and his dad, I am also upset because I really was excited to see him transfer and see that whole storyline. Even though I had a feeling he wasn't going to go to Wilmot, even though he said he loved it, and he was talking to Asher how he loved it, and that was probably his number one choice. It was probably over Coastal. I had a feeling that he wasn't going to go there. I thought it was going to be Coastal because it's in LA, and so he could still be at the show and not do like long distance, and basically, if he wanted to leave the show, like if Michael wanted to leave the show, they probably would bring him to Wilmot. But I did not think he was going to agree to come back. And I kind of am upset just because of how excited I was for that. But also, I think it was kind of unfair that Billy asked him to play for him again. Even though, of course, Jordan seemed really happy about his dad coaching him again and everything. It's still unfair that you put that kind of pressure on someone to make a decision about that, especially when they were so excited, or not they, he was so excited about transferring, and he made that decision for his career, which maybe everything will work out, and it probably will, but it just upsets me that Billy would try to he convinced him to stay instead of going to the other schools, even though Jordan was serious about transferring. He wanted to transfer. And I get he wants to play for his dad, but Billy fucking pissed me off with that. I mean, I'm happy that he's doing what he loves and he's going to take the job because that's what his dream, even though Grace is going to be pissed off. And probably Spencer is going to be pissed off as well. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of scared for Spencer to find out about Billy next episode, or maybe in 2, just because I know he's going to be fucking pissed off, especially with Kenny and how they really thought Kenny was going to get the job. And I mean, I did too until they offered Billy. Well, actually, no, I had a feeling that Billy was going to somehow get the offer, or like get asked, or maybe not even get asked. I thought maybe he would ask, and I'm really happy he didn't, and I'm happy it was handed to him, and AD asked him. But I'm so nervous about everything, and I feel bad for Jordan. I really fucking do. I get it. And I get that he does want to play with his dad and everything, but I do think a part of the reason he said he would stay at GAU was because, first of all, because of his dad, but also maybe the pressure, because that's a lot of pressure to put on someone to make a decision there and be like, will you play at GAU with me? But you don't put some kind of pressure on a kid. I think they're 18, but still, you shouldn't do that. It's fucked up, and I'm pissed off at Billy for that. But so with Billy, I do have to talk about his party, of course, because that was probably the best thing from the episode with the Spilivia scenes. I mean, all the Spilivia scenes were at the party, basically. But I did enjoy it. I did like it quite a bit. I mean, it was just chill, and it was fun, and I liked the the roast and everything. It was nice, and I had a great time. I mean, there's not much to talk about with that, I don't think. I mean, maybe there is, I just can't think of anything. But I have to say, it was well done. The roasts were great. I had a great time watching it, and that random ass guy who gave Billy a roast or a speech or whatever was really weird and strange. I was trying to figure out who that guy was before they said he had no idea who that was, because I thought it was just a friend of his, but I'm like, I think we've seen all his friends, or he doesn't have that many friends. Maybe he does, I can't think of any. But that was so great, and I enjoyed everything. And Liv and Jordan were so cute during that scene, and their roast. I love their relationship. But now I'm so excited to talk about this. I think this is probably the last thing I'm going to talk about with this episode. And that is Jordan and Layla, my babies. I fucking adore them. I'm so happy they're back, and I'm so happy we're getting them for another season. I said that at the beginning, but I'm so fucking excited. I'm so happy. Even though, of course, they did have issues this episode, and I wasn't thrilled about it, but I knew they were going to have some issues, coming up, but especially this episode. I thought they were going to talk about Simone and how Liv talked to her there at Bringston in All-American Homecoming, which I was happy about, but then I'm also sad because I wanted Simone to be she said she wanted them to be happy, but I wanted them to stay friends, and I kind of was sad about that, because even though we didn't get that much of Layla and Simone ever, I still did really like their friendship, and I wanted a little bit more of them, and I wanted them to get along, which I'm just happy she said she wanted them to be happy. I'm just happy she kind of was okay with it. But I get where Jordan was coming from, even though saying that she was my wife probably wasn't the best thing to say. That really threw me off. When he said that, I was just sitting there. I was like sitting on my floor and I was like, what the fuck? Oh my gosh. Like, I wasn't expecting him to say that. Like, yes, Simone was his wife, of course, like, obviously, but I still was not expecting him to say that. I thought he was just gonna say, well, she was my girlfriend, or like we dated, or something like that. I didn't think he was gonna say that, because I kind of forget that they are married. Or not, they were married. I forget that they're married. Or they were married. I don't know why, but it's not brought up that much. It was brought up, of course, in season 3, but then I don't think ever again in season 4. And it's like, I just forget about that, and I'm not sure why, but I did. And so when he said that, I was like so thrown off. But here's the thing, I do think that it was not the best idea for her to tell Simone about it, even though, yes, they are friends, but Jordan should have, because, yeah, that was his wife. They were in a relationship, and she deserves to hear it from him. So I kind of get where he was coming from. I wish there wasn't a whole ass fight about it, but, I mean, of course they forgave each other in the end, and they're fine, and they both apologized, of course, and he said it was fine and everything, and it was good, and they're happy, and they're thriving, and it's fine. But, like, I was so upset when they got in the fight, because I was so happy at the beginning of the episode. They were happy, they were thriving, they were great. Like, they were making out, they almost got caught by Liv again, which is going to be an issue, and I think Liv's gonna figure it out in, like, 2 episodes, probably. But I was having a great time until that. But I don't blame him for getting upset with her about that. So I was okay with it, because I knew they were going to forgive each other eventually, because there was, I think, in the trailer for, like, the second half of the season, or, like, the one we got a month ago or 2, there was another thing of them kissing that we haven't seen yet, that is in next episode, I think. So I knew they were going to be fine, and I did think they were going to end, like, then, but I was still worried, just because I don't want anything going on with them. I just want them to be happy, I want them to thrive, and I think they will, because they held hands in public, or no one's really saw them, but they held hands during, I think, Laura's speech to Billy, and they said, when people find out, we're going to deal with it as a team together and everything. So I think people are going to find out soon. I think they're foreshadowing that someone's going to find out in next episode or the episode after that. I don't know. I think people are going to figure out really soon, and I think Liv, Spencer, or Asher are going to figure it out first. Or not first, because JJ literally knows about it, and I mean, I think he's going to tell someone if they don't say something soon, but I think Liv, Spencer, Asher are going to find out first. Maybe Coop, and Coop's going to tell someone because she cannot keep her mouth shut. So I actually think that might happen. I think Coop's going to see them at, like, Liv's house or whatever, or the girl's house, or the beach house, because she's there a lot as well, and she's going to tell someone, or she's going to say it out loud when everyone's there, and everyone's going to find out. But yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen and how that's going to work out. I am a little worried. I don't think Liv's going to care that much, but I am worried, though, because I don't want anything bad happening to them, and I'm worried that some shit's going to happen, and they're not going to be together next season. Anyway, something is telling me that they're not going to be together next season. Or they're maybe not going to be together, but gonna, like, argue a lot and then maybe break up and then get back together. I'm very worried about all of this, but I'm excited to see what happens, especially next episode. I'm really excited to see what happens next episode with Bolivia, Jordala, literally everything. I'm really excited. But speaking of next episode, my theories, other than the Liv flashback thing, which I got from Twitter, and Jealous Spencer, I think he's going to maybe call it off with Alicia, and then in the auction, the date auction, she's going to be there trying to win him back or something, or they're going to break up then. I don't know. But I think there's going to be more tension with Spencer and Alicia, obviously. I think Patience is going to be back. Hopefully. I really hope she is. I miss her so much. I want her back. And I don't know what else. I think Coop and Sky are going to have issues if Patience is back. And I think that's going to be like a whole situation. And then I don't know what else. Hopefully some more not Jaden, what the fuck? Who's Jaden? Jamie and Asher content. I think there will be though, because she is in next episode because of everything that happened. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens with that, and also with Billy and how everyone reacts to like him becoming coach or getting offered the job, because I think actually Spencer's going to find out next episode and he's going to be pissed off. But also, a part of me thinks he might be happy because it's Billy, and Billy's going to be his coach again. But I don't know. I guess we will see next week. But yeah, that's the end of this episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. Sorry, this was, of course, a chaotic mess as usual. I am still really fucking sick. I don't know what's going on with me. I've been sick for like the last few weeks. Literally dying here. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully I'll be better next episode and I won't get my words mixed up. But again, thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll see you guys soon.